My people, I bring you again the live coverage of what is happening today at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal and what is happening around the tribunal. Listen and listen carefully. It's an interesting time, like I always tell you. It's an interesting time to be alive in the history of Nigerian politics. A new Nigeria is indeed really possible because Nigerians home and abroad are watching with keen interest to see how the justice will be served. Stay tuned.
Joined by a Rice correspondent in Abuja for update on the tribunal proceedings.
Not to be served and to follow the example, the King of Kings. After being presented to the audience and
hello, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. Well, quickly, you are the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. What is the situation as the tribunal commenced sittings?
Well, good morning, Doctor. Well, of course, the tribunal, the long-awaited Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, is set to commence today. Of course, it has commenced. Of course, the five-member panel headed by Haruna Tsammani made a clarion call on all parties in the suit to ensure they stick to time because they have less than 3 months to complete the hearing of the 5 petitions, before the court, as it is. So it has urged all the counsels in the suit to the proceedings to ensure they cooperate with the court to make judicious use of the time left. And it says it's going to hear all the petitions on their merit to ensure that no justice is delivered at the end of the day. So nobody is going to have any grounds to fault the hearing and how the 5-member panelists had the hearing of the petitions. Of course, we have Haruna Tsammani as the chairman of the petition court, and then we have Stephen Ada as the second member of the panel, and then Mistura Bolaji Yusuf as the third, and then Abba Mohammed and Bula Kumo of Ugo as the 5th member of the panel. So they have assured the Nigerians and all the parties involved in the suit in the panel hearing that they're going to give due justice to this hearing of the petitions. Of course, today, the outlook of today is we're going to have 3 petitions heard, those of the Action Alliance and Action People's Party and the Labour Party. These are the 3 panels, the 3 petitions the panel is going to hear today, whereas those of the People's Democratic Party and the Allied People's Movement will now be heard in the following days, Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Thursday. Then we're going to have an outlook of what is to come in the coming days or the next 3 months that the panel has to hear and complete the hearing of the petitions. The question of the electoral victory of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the February 25th presidential election. Of course, we know there's also indication that the Action Alliance Party is seeking to withdraw its petition. Of course, there has been an argument that its petition is pre-election-like. So I guess the legal team has studied the petition and said it's wise for them to withdraw it. So that is what we're likely to see in the first hearing today, before they now move to that of the Allied People's Action People's Party and then that of the Labour Party. That is more like the outlook of what is to come today, Doctor.
Okay. All right, Godfrey, good to talk to you. Reply here. Are they trying to withdraw or they have withdrawn? I'm talking about the AA because it was a pre-election matter. It was, about who emerged, presidential candidate was not put on ballot. And secondly, the PDP did petition, to be able to get this televised live on television. Is there any chance that's going to sell through? Are we going to be able to see it live on television?
Okay, well, that's a very good question. Of course, many Nigerians are interested in this because, of course, elections no longer determined, polling, presidents are no longer decided at the polling units. Presidents are decided at the courts, as it is. So Nigerians want to know where their votes will fall, where their votes will lean to at the end of the day. So they want to follow proceedings just like they did at the polling units. Of course, the PDP has filed a suit, as it is. The information is still sketchy, but what I'm hearing is the PDP candidate, Atiku Abubakar, has filed a suit seeking permission of the court to allow the cameras in the courts to give, due justice to the petition hearing. Of course, the Oputa panel style of hearing of the court proceeding, that's what he is seeking, to ensure people follow the proceedings right there in their living room. But then, of course, that is highly unlikely at the moment because it's not in our Nigerian justice system. The Ministry of Justice has been quite silent on this. Of course, this has been playing out. This narrative has been played up for a while now. But it looks highly unlikely that this will be granted. But of course, it's what the a try, because the public interest the election of 2023 has evoked may just have the Ministry of Justice or those and the Justice Ministry bend the rules a bit to perhaps allow this to happen. Of course, Atiku Abubakar is praying the court to allow the cameras for his own petition hearing. Of course, it's hard to see how that how you could pull that off if the court will hear, if the cameras will be allowed in to hear his petition, whereas those of other petitions will not be heard, with the cameras in the courtroom. So it's a tough ask. But then, of course, Action Alliance Party has filed a notice of withdrawal. So, as the panel has not yet heard its notice of withdrawal, its motion and subsequent withdrawal, so we cannot confidently say its petition has been withdrawn. So we just have to wait for the panel to make it official before we could conclude that it has. Of course, what we've gathered is that it has filed a notice of withdrawal. So that is where that of Action Alliance is at the moment. So we have to wait till when the panel decides and rules on their withdrawal, they will now conclude on that for the time being.
Well, thank you very much, Godfrey. Thank you very much indeed. Godfrey Eshemoge there, reporting from the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal in Abuja.
Morning.